Peace, wholeness, love, and light. I'm Nudiamonds here with the energy reading for the full moon in Aquarius. Okay, I hope everyone out there is doing well. This is going to be some very enlightening, illuminating, charged up, and fired up energy as we are in Leo season. And this is where the full moon is shining, okay, shining bright. So don't forget to shine your light and just be all that you can be. Be your authentic self and don't let anything dim your light, okay? As there's going to be a lot of things coming up to the surface, a lot of things revealing themselves, okay? A lot of things revealing itself to you. And this is just where you embrace that, okay? We're operating out of love and not out of fear. So whatever does present itself, we are ready to face it. We are ready to embrace it. We are ready to endure it, darling. So yes, this is going to be a beautiful time where we just embrace everything that is coming to us and letting go of things that no longer serve us. As full moons are a releasing period, right? That full circle, that full cycle, as we are breaking through this new paradigm shift, right? This new energy shift that we're tapping into. And that really involves ourselves as well as outside things, right? As Aquarius is all about the collective, is all about the community, humanitarianism, and rebellion. Okay, so how are you rebelling against certain systems and constructs, right, that are being illuminated from your subconscious mind at this time, that are being illuminated from the shadows at this time? And this is where your heart's desires are made clear, right? And you kind of get what you deserve, get your heart's desires as whatever you've been putting into this, right? Whatever you've been nourishing, whatever you've been investing in, you start to see that return on investment. You start to see that seed blossom. You start to see that seed grow and bloom. But not before you pull out them weeds in your garden. Okay. So this is all about the double up energy. I really got like this double up energy. Shout out to Nipsey Hussle, right? Rise and power to the great. And we're just embracing that mindset of ambition and getting things done, right? The marathon continues, right? It's not a race, it's a marathon. It's not a battle, it's a war. So this is all about having that heart of that lion, right? To have that backbone to get things done at this time, okay? So this is going to be a great time to just fully embody who you are, authentic authentically. I can't never say that word, right? Being your authentic self, okay? Staying true to who you are, and that will begin to open up doors for you, open up unique opportunities for you. As you being yourself is the greatest thing of all, because no one can do it like you. No one can be you like you. All right. So continue to shine your light. You never know who's watching. You never know who sees you. And I see you. Okay. Because you're most definitely a reflection of me. If you're watching my channel, shout out to Soul Tribe, as I love y'all dearly. And we're going to continue to rise and shine and rise on this beautiful journey that we're on. Okay. So yes, I said this was all about the double up, right? This is all about leveling up. This is all about the upgrade. This is all about the ascension, right? I've been doing those energy updates as the Schumann resonance has been going off like cray cray, right? Solar flares going off. We got a lot of M flares, meaning that we're gearing up for a big X flare. If you guys haven't checked out my solar flare video, I suggest that you do. I do a very good, thorough breakdown on that energy and kind of what to expect when we are receiving this cosmic energy. Okay, it's going to be a lot of that happening, and it purges us, it cleanses us, it brings our fears up to the surface. And this is where we have no fear, right? This is where we don't let our fears control us. This is where we tap into our true values of our heart and let that light shine, right? Let that little light shine and drown out any thing that doesn't resonate with that love frequency. And just getting in tune with who we truly are, no matter what that looks like. All right. So if that looks like facing your fears head on to get them out the way, to knock it out and get it done, that's what it is. But this will be a time where there will be a lot of things brought up to the surface. Okay. We also coming out of that 8-8 gate portal, right? So this is all about just being who you truly are and loving that, and balancing out these dualistic natures within yourself to rise in power. Okay. And be one with the divine, be one with your higher self, be one with the all, right? Be one with nature, right? Be one with your heart, right? Be one with the inner child, right? That inner child wants to be heard at this time. And how are you attending to that? How are you showing your inner child attention? How are you pouring into yourself at this time? Okay. And listening to those emotions, listening to those thoughts, those dreams, right, of yourself. Okay. And making those dreams a reality at this time. Okay. So yes, I said, I'm gonna get into my channel messages. Then I'm gonna get into the chart, and then I'm gonna get into my meditation and more channel messages. But the first thing that I said was a shield, right? And I say that because the chart, it looks like a shield. It looks like some type of, right? It looks like a lot of different things, but the first thing that I got was a shield. I got like this protective energy, right? So hold on, y'all. Let's get things clear. All right. Be very clear when speaking your truth, right? When setting those intentions, when setting those goals, right? That's the best way to protect yourself from any outside negativity, any miscommunication, making sure that you are clear, right? And that is a beautiful way of tapping into manifestation, right? So if you're clear on your intentions, if you're clear on your heart, then you're able to manipulate the energy better because there isn't any stagnant energy, right? And you're able to take action with full intent, with the most positive energy in the most positive way, to bring down whatever dream, whatever you want to manifest into this physical realm. Right. And also get into this protective energy, that shield, right? Holding up your boundaries, right? Not letting anyone manipulate you at this time, as that those boundaries are a way of you protecting yourself, right? Those barriers, right? Not letting people walk all over you, right? Just to protect your energy and protect your peace, as your peace is priceless, right? And your crown, right? Protecting your mind, protecting your heart, right? Having this shield at this time. Also, that shield is another divine layer of protection, as a lot of us will be getting our auras shield over, like cloaked, right? So if you guys haven't checked out my last live, I suggest that y'all watch that, because I went very deep and in detail as to what this energy entails, with all of this gamma ray and Schumann resonance energy frequencies rising. Is really our auras expanding, and with expansion we get shield, our auras get shield, our hearts get shield, right? This is all about that higher heart activation, that seal of Solomon, right? That seal of soul of man, right? As your soul is expanding, your soul is being nourished. And as we get these upgrades, we have to have the proper protection, right? Your vehicle has to have the proper protection to travel to new dimensions, new energy fields, new realms, right? It's just like generations, right? Throughout the generations, the cars, the structures, the metals have upgraded, right? And we are getting an upgrade as well. Everything is upgrading. Everything is changing. The only thing that is constant is change. So this is where we are changing and we are upgrading, and our bodies are feeling this shift as well. So that's where I got that whole shield thing. And with this shield of protection comes this power, right? It's kind of like that armor, right? Getting ready for war, getting ready for a battle. You can't go out on the battlefield with no layers of protection, without your sword, without your armor, without your shield, without your helmet, right? Or you are open and vulnerable for these attacks to come in, for these psychic attacks, for these psyop operations that they're doing to try to control the public, right? So it's best to really just tap into that initial power that you have from within, to activate, right? And elevate, and just really get in tune with this energy on all levels, as we are most definitely getting the sense of this upgrade, this DNA upgrade, this soul upgrade, this heart upgrade at this time. And some people like to call it superpowers, right? That shield, that Superman, the S on his chest, right? It looks like a shield. It looks like a diamond, right? So this is where we get that upgrade to have that mental clarity to shine brighter at this time. Like I said, that gamma ray, right? It's this unseen energy that is amplifying us, and it goes deep within the DNA, to transform the DNA and upgrade the DNA. It is a infrared light that cannot be detected by the human eyes, most human eyes anyway. But yeah, it's just really tapping into that crystalline state, right? That's Christ consciousness, that pineal gland upgrading your body, your aura, your mind, your heart. We're getting a whole upgrade at this time. And this may look different for a lot of different people, who don't know what's going on, who may feel different, who feel like they're going crazy, right? Who feel this anxiety. I've been talking about this energy for a while. I'll put the videos down in the description and at the end of the video, so you guys can check those videos out. But it's really just about you getting in tune with yourself and letting go what no longer serves you, so you can open up for this new energy that is here and present for us at this time. Okay. So with this energy coming in, not only are we getting an upgrade, Earth is getting an upgrade. So we're going to see storms. We're going to see earthquakes. We're going to see volcanoes erupt. They just had a volcano erupt that hasn't erupted in over 600 years. Oh, I can't remember where. Russia, right? In Russia, where that earthquake was at. So the 8.8 earthquake was at. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of things shifting, transforming, as long as us, right? The birds, the animals, the insects, everything is shifting and vibrating higher, right? Along with the earth, along with the cosmos, as there's a lot of things that's going on, right? So I always like to look at it as how we entered in this year is going to set the tone. And we entered this year with a whole lot of alien talk, right? Going back to the aliens at the mall, right? A lot of different colors in the sky. That all comes from that gamma, right? This is information coming in from different galaxies, and as above, so below, as this is within the waters as well, right? Some people like to think it's above, but it's also underneath, right? It's also within as it is outward, right? As above, so below, as within, so without. So be in tune with everything that is transpiring at this time. And it's not to be fearful of, right? If my whole thing is, if these are beings, entities coming back here, that means that they're coming back here. This is back to the future energy. This is family. This is star family, right? So don't look at it as negativity. Look at it as this is what we incarnated for, right? This is what we came down here for. And what a time to be alive that we're able to witness all of these shifts, witness all of these things that people said, past people were crazy for. We get to witness it. We're seeing it with our own eyes, and be mindful of that, as well as do what resonates with your soul, do what resonates with your spirit, as this is a great time of illusions as well, right? As there's a lot of trickster energy. Like I said, that fear, right? That fear can lower your vibration, and you want to make sure you're operating from a higher vibrational level at this time. Okay. So yeah, this kind of goes back to the 8-8 portal, as we're still in the midst of that shift. And this is like the full moon literally occurs 8 hours after the 8-8 portal date. So it's a high energetic time. Everything is in divine alignment when we tap into that Sirius star system, when we tap into these meteorites, ships, mothership, middle of the galaxy, Orion energy. It's a lot of star energy, a lot of star power, a lot of cosmic energy that is pouring in at this time. So it's just best to be grounded and be optimistic at this time, okay? And I said this is a time where things take off, as well as it looks kind of it is a cross. I can't say it kind of looks like a cross. It is a cross. Right? Let me lock my screen. But yeah, it's a big cross in a chart, you guys. Turn it this way. That's a cross. Right? So this is like a crossroad. Some people may have been feeling like we're at a crossroad. You may feel like you're at a crossroad. You may feel like you're crossing over, and we are, right? We're crossing over to that new paradigm. We're crossing over to that golden age. We're crossing over to our higher selves. We are merging. There's a shift. And with this shift, there's a split, right? I've been talking about this timeline split. The timelines have shifted for a while now, and we're actually seeing it happen, right? There's some people who, they're just not getting with the program, right? And that's okay. That's what their soul, their spirit incarnated here for. And there are some people who are enlightened, who do see the changes, who are getting with the times, who are vibrating higher, who are using the tech for their best benefit, and not letting the tech use them, right? As I like to say, some of these smartphones make people dumb, right? Some of this technology makes people dumb. As I'm gonna use myself for instance, I don't have no numbers memorized in my phone, right? The smartphone that made me dumb. Because back in the day, right, we had to memorize everybody phone number, right? So be mindful of this tech, be mindful integrating with the tech, right? We seeing these people get married to AI robots. It's like, what? You know what I mean? So this is that whole depopulation thing. This is that whole transhumanism thing. So just be mindful and use the technology. Don't let the technology use you. Okay. As this is where you have discipline, right? As we are crossing over to these new worlds, crossing over to these new dimensions, right? We are in the middle of that fixed cross. We are in the middle of that fixed axis. And I say that because the sun is in Leo, right? Not only do we have the moon, a full moon in Aquarius, we also have Pluto there, right? So this is all about, like I said, those fears coming up, that death or that rebirth of those illusions, right? So just really getting in tune with this energy and vibrating higher and releasing whatever needs to be released and purging whatever needs to be purged, and make sure that you have discipline at this time, as this could be a highly energetic time. Okay. And not letting your flesh get the best of you. Okay. You want to stay in that bag, right? You want to stay in your tool bag, right? Whatever tools you need to use to cultivate your energy in healthy ways to push forward at this time, use it, right? So if that means grounding, if that means going out to the beach, if that means breathing, meditating, breath work, sound bowls, crystals, playing high vibrational music, dancing, working out. This is a time where you get back into those rituals, get back into that cycle to help you push forward and move through this energy gracefully at this time. Okay. Yeah, so I said discipline of the flesh to purge and to break through this energy. Also said masculine energy and action with relationships, right? So this is just where, You be mindful of your actions, right? Like I said, think first, right? So think first before you just act impulsively on something. If your spirit is calling you to do something, yeah, you want to do it, especially if you keep getting the signs, the symbols, and the synchronicities. But if like someone's pressuring you or something, you feel pressured to do something and you don't really know where this is coming from, sit with yourself and get in tune with where this energy is deriving from. Okay. As it's going to be a lot of passion. It's going to be a lot of fire. It's going to be a lot of action. It's going to be a lot of sexual energy. It's going to be a lot of shocking events, unexpected things coming in. That's just this energy. That's just the time that we in right now. Okay. And I also said that, wow, with this energy in this chart, we have Saturn opposite of Mars, right? So this is the father, son, the king, prince, flip, and the crowning, right? So let me show y'all the chart. So right here, we have Saturn and that thick red line going across. We have Mars, right? And Mars has just entered into Libra. So that's all about making sure your mind is balanced, making sure that you are balanced, making sure that you have balanced relationships, right? So not letting things push and pull on you. And how do you do that? You have to have discipline, right? Going back to that Saturn in Aries, right? So this is some beautiful energy to be in because it really tests your willpower. It really tests your mind. It tests your heart, and it pushes you to go beyond this physical realm of desire, right? As Neptune is conjunct Saturn, right? So this is all about that spiritual discipline, that spiritual practice. And when you master that and you have balance and make sure that your heart is as light as a feather, then you're able to get these spiritual rewards. You're able to manifest things. You're able to start a new journey with ease and grace because you balance out these flesh, this lower nature, these desires, and you have control over yourself. You have emotional intelligence. You aren't just lashing out and crashing out and flashing on people, right? You're able to cultivate that energy. And I'm not saying be no sucker. I'm not saying be no punching bag. I'm just saying pick and choose your battles wisely, right? We don't always gotta fight with words or fight with action, right? You could meet them in the ethers, right? And let karma get them, right? That's my best thing, letting karma take its turn. Because that's when people say karma is a bitch. Yeah, well, what was you doing, right? Was you dogging karma out? That's when that dog turned into a bitch, right? So you want to be mindful of what you're putting into the ethers. You want to be mindful of what you're speaking. You want to be mindful of how you're treating people, as what you do comes back to you. That's that infinite loop. That's that 8. That's that karma. That's that gate. That's that portal, right? However you're reacting to something is always going to be a action for that, right? It was an action for a reaction. So be mindful of that at this time, right? And if you doing the best that you can, if you minding your words, if you not being, how can I say, not taking offense to everything, not taking things personal, right? And being mindful of what you're doing, then you will continue to elevate. It's nothing to worry about, right? And you're going to receive all of your heart's desires. Are going to receive everything that you need at this time. You're going to get multiple layers of confirmation from your spirit team, from your ancestors, from the divine, that everything is in perfect divine alignment for you at this time. Okay. This also looks like I said, it looks like a diamond to me. So this looks like a diamond being cut, right? It looks like a diamond being shaped up. Looks like a diamond being cut, right? So this is where we cut things off, right? And it makes me think of the process of how diamonds are formed, right? There's a lot of pressure that is put on diamonds, a lot of pressure that is put on crystals, right? For them to shine, for them to form, for them to have these different sides and facets to themselves. But also they're underneath the earth, right? Gems they're in caves, right? So you have to go within to find these hidden gems, right? And some of these hidden gems that are deep, deep, deep within the earth, right? Because the ones that have more clarity are deep, 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 right? This isn't the top ones. The top ones are cloudy, right? Because they have this matrix formed into them. Now, y'all know, I work with crystals, right? I make crystal jewelry, right? Nudiamonds.net. So I've been deep diving into crystals for about 8 years now. And, I just love them. And it reminds me of us, right? We are crystals as well, right? As above, so below, right? So you have to deep dive into the earth to get out the biggest crystals, to get out the crystals with more clarity, as there's layers to the earth, there's layers to us, right? So the deeper you go within yourself, the more clarity that you can get as well. But it isn't an instant thing, right? Because if you're deep diving into the earth to get this crystal, to get this diamond, when you pull it out, it's dirty, right? It has this dirt on it, right? It has these minerals on it. It has things attached to it, right? So what do you have to do? You have to clean it, right? You have to polish it, right? And depending on what type of crystal it is, you may have to cut it, right? So you can see it shine, right? If it has this matrix still on it, if it has dirt still on it, right? Because some crystals are pulled up out the earth and they still have dirt on them, right? And it isn't something that can be washed off. It's something that has to be cut, right? So that's where you get the princess cut, the diamond cut, all of these different cuts, all of these different facets, the emerald cut, the cushion cut, right? To see these different layers and how the light hits the crystal is how it shines, right? So I love that because, like I said, going back to the chart, this looks like a diamond being cut. So this is where we trim the fat. This is where we release certain things. This is where we cut the weights, right? Cut it out. Cut it. Just cut it, right? Cut it, right? So this is where you release your fears, right? This is where you let go of those bags, cut that baggage. Stop the self-sabotaging. Stop letting others dictate what you're doing, right? This is where you get in tune with yourself so you can shine, right? Because you are the gem and it's time for you to shine your light, right? Okay. So yeah, I said the diamond is being cut and it's a process, right? And I said, why? To shine so you could have that divine glow, right? So you could be glowing, right? And this is the time of the stars, right? Because stars glow, stars twinkle, right? Stars are carbon, just like diamonds are made up of carbon, right? So it's just this beautiful, just synchronicity with all of this energy. And we are stars, right? That sun is a star, right? Every star that we see outside, when we go outside and we look up, those are stars, right? And that's from them shining, right? And when you go inside of us, that's our heart, that's our soul, right? Our soul is shining, right? Our spirit is shining, our heart is shining, and we have to release certain things of the heart to tune in so we can tap into this higher vibrational energy, and being our true selves and being our authentic selves and loving ourselves no matter what that looks like. Okay. And no matter who you got to cut off, what you got to cut off, what you got to release, face it, get it done so you can be your most optimal self and have the most optimal health, because those fears can make you sick. That stress can make you sick. Worrying all the time can make you sick. So health is wealth. And you want to really make sure that you are watching what you're consuming, right? Whether that's eating certain foods, whether that's watching certain things, listening to certain things, being mindful of the energy that you're around and being mindful of the energy that you are emitting at this time. Okay. All right. But yeah, I said new stars at this time will rise. New influencers will rise. And I say that because of that Aquarius energy, right? That's all about the star, right? That's all about that information pouring down. And when information is poured down from the cosmic realm, the ethers, this etheric energy, we get upgrades, right? We get ideas, we get this energetic shift that happens within us that creates this revolutionary shift, right? The Renaissance era, right? All of these ideas, all of these different things. And that comes from this new information that pours into us, right? So we're going to see a lot of different influencers popping up, a lot of different things going viral that are more centered in the heart, more centered in true value and what it is that you truly value at this time. Okay. But I said this will be illumination of everything, right? Illumination of the home, right? Home is where the heart is. So this will be a time where you're getting more in tune with your heart, right? Getting more in tune with your home, getting more in tune with your foundation and what your foundation looks like in order to build a sturdy foundation, right? I said getting more in tune with your roots, deep diving into ancestry or genealogy or going down your family tree, right? Or just getting more in tune with your ancestors, right? However that may look like for you, right? If you go tap in with Big Mama, all right? Whatever, resonates with you. This is the time where you get tapped in with your roots, right? And literally getting tapped in with your root chakra, right? Grounded, like I said, your foundation, right? And being comfortable and being confident in that and where you're headed, right? Because as deep as your roots grow is as far as those tree branches go. Okay. And it's about getting in tune with the family lineage, right? Whether that is physical, whether that is spiritual, whether that is cosmic, right? Just really getting in tune and embracing that at this time. Okay. Also those nerves, like I said, being mindful of that nervous system as that goes back into stress, as it goes back into relaxing, right? You really want to relax the nerves, take a nice bath, listen to some calming music, light some incense, light a candle, turn off the lights and light a candle. So you really want to get into this really calming, sensual, relaxing energy and just release and get in the flow of abundance, get in the flow of love and divine love at this time. Okay. As this nervous system is connected to your cells, right? Like I said, getting in tune with yourself, right? And also getting in tune with your cells, your DNA structure, right? And releasing things, right? So this may look like purging, this may look like cleansing, this may look like sweating, this may look like releasing, right? As this is the best way to help release toxins from the blood, right? Is to sweat, is to detox, whatever that may look like for you. All right. So getting in tune with that and just releasing, like I said, getting in them baths, run you a spiritual bath, add some Epsom salt in there, right? To pull out them impurities, right? Also doing detoxes. And that's just not with food, right? Mental cleanses, mental detoxes, right? Fasting, whatever, works best for you. But like I said, I'm just dropping my notes. This is what came up. So a lot of us are fasting. Shout out to Soul Tribe. I seen y'all in that last live. Y'all was like, I'm fasting too. I'm fasting too. I haven't been hungry. So this is just that time, right? Everybody's being called. And if you heard the calling, you answered it and you get into work, right? And you on your assignment, you on your mission and you getting things done. All right. So I salute y'all to everybody who's out there putting in the work to ascend, to grow, to learn, to be better for the next generation, to leave a legacy at this time. Okay. Yeah. And like I said, this is also that reconstruction energy, right? Because when you're going into the cells and when you're purging, it's like that muscle. It's like when you're working out, right? The muscle has to tear, it has to rip apart. Sometimes it's painful, right? Like if you fall and you get a scrape, right? It's painful, but then it starts to heal itself, right? That's a part of the process. It's a part of the healing process. Sometimes it's painful, right? Whether you're doing shadow work, right? It's painful, right? To reflect, to revisit. But when you're healing, that's a part of the process. Like I said, that diamond being cut, right? It got to be cut, right? For things to be exposed in order to heal, right? And that's all part of this energy. Things are going to be exposed to heal at this time. Okay. So this may be a painful time, right? No pain, no gain. And I say that because, I know I've been feeling body aches. Like my body's just been aching. I feel like I got, hit by a truck or something, or just my muscles are just so sore. Like everything is just sore. And I haven't done no type of working out, but this is this energy, right? It's reconstructing ourselves, it's reconstructing our DNA. So this is just the best time just to listen to your body. And you may be having full body pains, body aches. And that's due to the heart being cracked open, right? That's due to this opening, like I said, this exposing of the heart, right? And taking a peek at what that really looks like for you and being real with yourself, right? If you got some things you need to work on them. If it's too painful, you may need to, look into help, look into therapy. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. Or if you want to deep dive in there, with yourself, do it, get it done. Cause you don't want some of these things to erupt like a volcano. You don't want to erupt like a volcano, and then hidden things come out, right? Things that were beneath the surface start to come out. So you really want to get in tune with yourself so you can have more control over yourself at this time. All right. And just being in tune with the mind and the body and the heart and the soul, being mindful of all of these different aspects, all of these different layers of yourself as they're all going to be exposed. Okay. As this is a part of ascension, right? Ascension isn't just always blissful and love and light and, oh, I'm just happy I'm on cloud nine. No, sometimes ascension looks, like I said, it's painful. It's doing the shadow work. It's getting deep within these roots to uproot the weeds in the garden so your garden can bloom and blossom without this corroded energy, right? Without this negative energy leeching on your harvest, okay? As you are the harvest at this time, and just do what works best for you and embrace these changes with ease and grace and just surrender, right? Surrender to the flow, go gently down the stream and let this divine light penetrate you, right? And whatever comes up and comes out, let it, and give gratitude and be in this beautiful, grateful, cheerful mood after releasing, after purging, because these are things that need to be acknowledged, go within to ascend at this time. All right. So you might have ringing of the ears, right? All of these ascension symptoms, they look different for everyone. On a lower scale, it could look painful. It could be, hurtful. It could be body aches. It could be tired. It could feel like a flu. It could feel like a headache, right? I had a badass headache yesterday. It could look like anger. It could look like lashing out. It could look like sexual energy, right? On the flip side, it could feel blissful. It could look like not sleeping or sleeping a lot. It could be like tired or energetic. It could feel like, love and, you floating on air, right? You don't really feel grounded here. You feel like you in the clouds, right? Head in the clouds. And it just depends. It just depends. But it will be waves of this energy, right? So you may feel high, you may feel low. Just know that you on this beautiful roller coaster ride of ascension. All right. Like I said, the Schumann resonance spiking, going up, and just getting in tune with the frequency of the earth and the frequency of your heart at this time, as this looks different for everyone. All right. So it's going to be a lot of energetic shifts at this time. Just really embracing that and not letting, the lower vibrational energy, the distractions get to you at this time. Just really being in tune and embracing what the divine has in store for us, right? Because this is all for the greatest good, right? This is all for our highest light, for us to tap into our higher selves and just embracing that with ease. Okay. So let me look at this chart. What else is here? We have the moon in, we have the moon at the 17th degree. So it's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah. So this is really tapping into your heart, illuminating your heart, speaking with clarity, right? As we have the sun and Mercury in Leo. So this is focusing on how your communication is with your heart. Focus on how you're thinking. How does your heart think, right? And And how does your shadow think, right? This isn't just about, oh, me being in my conscious mind. You get into that subconscious mind as well. And it's going to be this back and forth polarity energy, really trying to find balance with that, because opposition is the moon, right? So we do have the moon and Pluto in Aquarius, right? So this is illuminating that shadow, illuminating this transformation, healing, and having a healing transformation for the future, right? Also, like I said, a lot of technology things being illuminated. Just being mindful of that at this time. And it's something else here. Being mindful of your values. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all look at the chart again. Okay. Yeah, because that's a big opposition. Then the other opposition I talked about was Saturn and Neptune, opposite of Mars in Libra. So this is all about balancing, your heart, being a warrior for justice, right? And knowing you will have your desires. Okay. If you a warrior for justice, if you a warrior for divine light, you will most definitely have all your desires met at this time. Okay. Great expansion of the ancestors, right? As we have Venus and Jupiter in Cancer, right? So this is a great expansion with the Divine Mother, great expansion with the divine waters, right? A lot of love and abundance, right? Being shown favor, right? As we are the chosen ones, because we chose ourselves. We chose to elevate. We chose to do this work. We took on a mission. Like I said, many are called, but few are chosen, right? And a lot of people don't got it, right? They don't got that it factor, and that's okay. Because we all on our own path, on our own mission in divine timing. Okay. Also, just following what your soul and your spirit is calling you to do at this time. Don't be ashamed of how you're healing. Don't be ashamed of how you tap into your power. Be your authentic self courageously, right? So don't let nothing hold you back, right? These niggas can't hold me back, right? I kept getting that song and I kept getting fuck with me. I got it, right? So this is all about tapping into your energy, right? And tapping into like that ego, but not in a arrogant way, using it for your highest good to raise up your vibration, right? I know I got it. I know I'm here for a reason. I know I am abundant. I know I am love. I know I am joy. I am bliss, right? I am prosperity, right? I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am wise, right? And my path is made easy for me, right? And I am the cure. I am the generational cure at this time. So just tapping into those beautiful affirmations to help push you forward at this time. All right. Also, like, this looks like a kite to me, right? So rising above the box, breaking free of the firmament, as there will be little cracks in the matrix. There will be little glitches in the matrix. So this is where we tap into our spirituality, right? As stars are rising, as we are rising at this time. There will be a lot of distractions, but we have to stay focused, okay? And I'm gonna show y'all this one more time. Okay. And yeah, so that was the chart. That was kind of channeled messages that I got. I want to get into some more channeled messages, like when I did my meditation, what popped up and what came out. So for some reason I heard 305. I kept seeing 305. So something Miami, okay, Florida, something along those lines. I don't know if it's heating up. I don't know if a big hurricane, a big storm, lots of sunshine, lots of love, lots of abundance, something with Miami, okay? Then I kept seeing like this diamond face, right? This diamond face, right? It really kept giving me like ancient ancestor energy, or as other people like to call them, alien energy. But I just kept seeing like this highly intelligent ancient energy in this face here, right? So yeah, kind of going back to what I was talking about in the beginning of this reading. How we start the year is how we end the year. And they're here they go. And their presence will be known. Okay. They will not be forgotten. There will not be a stone unturned until their power is restored, until our power is restored, because we are them and they are us. Right. Everybody want to talk about, all right, come on. Everybody want to talk about these what is it? Caucasian aliens. There are melanated aliens and they don't want to admit it, right? They don't want to admit that we are from the Americas. We're everywhere but from here. Why? Why are the aliens every ethnicity, every color but melanated, right? We are the stars. We are the cosmic dust. When you look up in the sky at night, it is black. When you look at the insides of your organs, they are black. They are covered in darkness. Melanation, the sun emits melanin, right? They still can't even figure out the mitochondria because that is embedded light codes from the stars that can only be activated by gamma ray technology. Right. So they are not in control. They're losing control. They lost it. They lost control. The power is being back restored to the chosen ones, the golden ones, the star seeds, the star children, right? The melanated ones. And we're coming back to help you guys restore the power, right? A lot of you are realizing that this illusion is just that. It's an illusion and you're breaking free from it. And this is where you start to rise. This is where you start to tap into your power. This is where you start to get ignited and initiated into these higher realms of conscious knowing and quantum physics and quantum level of this open field, right? I'm seeing like an open quantum field, right? The web, the spider, the internet, right? What is going on within you? That's how you enter into the internet. It's within you, right? It's also this grid that is being unlocked, right? And that happens as above, so below, as within, so without. So not only are things happening on the outside, this box is being broken on the outside, right? The firmament, the animals, the insects, everyone can feel this vibrational shift. It is happening within you, in your bones, your DNA, your structure, your blood, your cells are being transformed and ignited so you can integrate this energy and receive this information, which is going to shift the cosmos and shift this plane forever, for like the future. They give me like future things. Okay. Whew. All right. Thank you, Spirit. But yeah, when I seen like this diamond face, it was like this divine dragon, this divine God energy, this divine source, divine creator energy. And I heard listen. That's what I heard. I heard listen. So listening to your higher self, right? Listening to what? And then I got like the temple, right? So listening to your temple, right? Listening to your mind, listening to your first mind, and listening to your body, right? Listening to what your body is trying to tell you at this time, okay? And then Spirit said, wait, 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 but go. Right. So if you have patience, and you will get the signs and the symbols and the synchronicities that you need to help you push forward. Right. Don't just rush and jump into stuff. The divine will give you sacred signs to move forward when it's time to move. Okay. There will be a spiritual takeoff at this time. Okay. There'll be a spiritual takeoff at this time. And just be mindful of that at this time as everything is shifting, everything is changing. There's going to be a lot of energy coming in, a lot of energy going out. All right. As there is a air and a water trine going back to the chart. Okay. And I caught that later. On. Because Spirit still had me like scrying at this point. But yeah, there is a air trine, and an air trine means that there's harmony with the spirit, harmony with the mind, right? So if you're having balance with your with your consciousness, right? This is the collective consciousness that is trying to get balance, right? But there's also a split, right? As we have Uranus in Gemini, and Uranus is all about that collective, and Gemini is all about consciousness. So the collective consciousness is splitting. It is a shift. It is this takeoff, right? And some people are getting left behind because they aren't tapping into their higher selves from going from within. They aren't doing the internal work at this time. Okay. Then, like I said, a lot of things are going to be revealed, right? With this moon and Pluto in Aquarius energy, right? So a lot of our fears, a lot of our powers, a lot of our transformation, a lot of sexual energy, a lot of money, a lot of love, a lot of abundance, a lot of healing, a lot of intuitive things are going to be ignited and revealed at this time, right? And then we have the moon in Libra. Then we have Mars in Libra, right? So this is all about getting, like I said, getting in tune with your mind, getting in tune with your mind and balancing your mind at this time for justice, right? For that higher relationship, right? So yes, there is a air trine, which is basically just all about the mind, right? So being in tune with your authentic self, as there's going to be a lot of shifts and a lot of splits. Be mindful of that. Continue to keep your vibration high. There's going to be a lot of things illuminated, right, from the past to push through to the future. So this is where you really get in tune with yourself and stay balanced with your mind and your relationships, right? And going back to that relationship energy, relationship with yourself, relationship with people, right? Relationship with the divine, right? And then that ships, right? Business ships, partnerships, friendships, romantic relationships, ships and boats, right? And ships and motherships and starships, right? So it's a lot of different ships at this time that we need to be mindful of. And like I said, tap into all of these layers within ourselves at this time, as this is takeoff energy, right? This is the time we've been waiting for, right? And it's all dwells within the mind. Like I said, be mindful of your temple, your temples, your mind. This is where the key to everything is, the key to success, right? Dwells within the heart. But if you don't got your mind together, you're not going in the right place, and you need your mind to be together so your feet can follow, right? So you don't be lost. All right. Then also that water trine, right? We have a water trine here, and we have Scorpio and Lilith, right? So Lilith is all about that hidden nature, right, of the divine feminine, right? That was suppressed, that was not deemed valuable, that was shameful, that was hidden, that was shy, right? So this is that segment energy. This is that Kalima energy, and tapping into that power, restoring that power, and not being afraid of what it looks like, not being ashamed to be in your sexual nature, not being afraid to just tap into your powers and all powers and what they may look like at this time. So yes, that Lilith energy is that dragon energy, that Kalima energy, that warrior S, that Amazon woman, that ferocious mother, right? That lioness if you mess with her cubs, that mama bear if you mess with her cubs, the mama bird, right? It's this protective energy that nurtures, but you could mess around and find out as well, right? And we all have that instinct. It's not just derived to women, but it is a soft and masculine. It's a play. It's a balance on this energy because it is in Scorpio, right? And Scorpio is that water, right? So those divine waters, those deep, dark depths of yourself that no one sees, being in alignment with that at this time. Okay. Also we have the North Node in Pisces. So this is all about your soul. This is all about healing your soul and letting that imagination of yourself be revealed to end old cycles of your soul, ending past karmic cycles, ending past karmic lifetimes. This also is a time where you meet up with past lifetime people, right? Soulmates, right? And you meet up with them to help you break through certain loops, and others will come in to try to distract you from your mission. So be mindful of that. You have to be in tune with the frequency to read the energy, right? A lot of us have to use discernment at this time so you can know which is which, what is what, which are you, right? Okay. Then, like I said, we have this Venus and Jupiter in Cancer energy, and that's all about the great expansion of love, right? Expansion in your values, expansion in money, when it comes to roots, when it comes to the ancestors, right? When it comes to these waters, right? So great divine nourishment at this time when you are focused on your soul mission and aren't afraid of how you're healing and aren't afraid to tap into your power. Okay, you guys. So that's for that air and water trine. Now we're going to tap deep into my meditation, because those are some things that I tried to tap into my meditation, and then spirit was like, wait, there's more. But wait, there's more, right? Also, you may have these feelings in your heart. All right, yeah, I said it. You may have feelings in your heart. Okay, so acknowledge those feelings and just get in tune with that. And you may have like heart palpitations. All right, I know I have been. Just being gentle and being easy with yourself at this time as our hearts are expanding. All right, and whatever that may look like for you, get in tune with it. Okay, and don't be afraid. This is the level up. All right. All right. So when I closed my eyes to tap into my meditation, I seen someone spinning with their knees and hands up. Oh, I love this because it literally looked like a ballerina, like in spinning. And it's crazy because I did that today. As soon as I came in here, because I have on this really cute dress. I really love this dress. It's so fun. And it's just, very playful, very whimsical, very fun, very, getting in tune with your inner child, getting in tune with yourself and just playing and being free. This very angelic energy and optimism. All right. So just playing, having fun, loving yourself. All shades, all facets. It doesn't matter. Right. So I seen someone spinning with their knees and hands up, and then they turned into a star. So they was spinning with their knees and hands up, and it started spinning really fast, and it turned into a star. And then I seen an Alf sign, which gave me a sense of the divine, right? And then it turned into a cross, right? So for me, it gave me the divine is going to come in and ignite the stars, right? And this is as above, so below. This is us, and these are the stars, right? The cosmos, the things that dwell within the sea, right? Because the stars everywhere, right? So we're going to be seeing a lot of different things being ignited at this time, right? I also seen a cross, right? And when I seen a cross, like I said, this is the crossover. This is Xing things out. This is sacrifice for rejuvenation, right? To be reborn again, for the rebirth, right? And it also gave me hangman energy, right? So I got hangman energy, like sacrificing yourself, right? Whatever you've been doing, whatever you've been on your journey, whatever type of spiritual healing, knowledge, teaching, whatever you've been on, you had to sacrifice something. What is it that you had to sacrifice? Okay. And it had to be worth it because you're here today. So whatever sacrifices you made was worth it because you were trying to get here today. And this is going to help you push forward on a new journey, because I got hangman energy. Then I got the full energy, and it was fast. I got hangman, full, magician. Literally, it came in boom, boom, boom. And I was like, whoa. So this is where we're going to see a lot of upgrades, a lot of people taking new journeys, a lot of people tapping into their power, right? Because that Fool is all about that new journey. That Fool is all about the tools that you took on this journey with you. You only have your essentials, right? I only need me and the divine, right? All I need is me, my ancestors, my spirit, my angel, and my light, and the divine and source, and I'm good, right? I know that's gonna guide me to where I need to be, and all the things that I learned on this journey. I know I am divinely guided and I'm divinely protected and I'm headed somewhere higher, right? I'm on top of the mountain and I'm enjoying the journey versus rushing to get to the end goal, right? And then that magician energy is all about tapping into your magic, all about using the tools to move you forward, to get what you want and manifesting things, right? The magician is the manifester, right? That's that magi, that's that empress, that's that emperor, right? That's that high priestess, that's that high priest. So getting in tune with your magic, as you had to sacrifice a lot to get here on this journey, but you finally here. You finally at that pentacles that you tried to reach. You finally at the places you tried to reach, which was getting in tune with yourself, right? Like I said, as above, so below. As a magician holds his hand up and points down, right? And we had to break through a lot of cosmic cycles to be here, a lot of karmic cycles, a lot of past life things we have to break through to be here. Okay. So always be in tune and get ready to receive your flowers from the divine. As like I said, you are being divinely guided and you are divinely protected at this time. Okay. And these things are going to happen fast. This is going to happen fast. So, and like they said, today is where the earth speeds up, right? We're going to have that, we're just going to have a lot of things percolating at this time. So just be mindful, right? As we we're in the middle of summer, right? So be mindful of that. All right. And as things heat up, things get faster, right? So, it makes me think of, water boiling, right? When it gets hotter, the bubbles speed up, right? Things speed up, right? The blood boiling, right? These, cause you hot, right? You thinking fast, you reacting fast, right? That passion, that fire, right? Speeding things up. When the earth speeds up, that means the days are shorter, right? So yes. Then I seen a greater than sign and, I seen a star. So, I don't know. I kept seeing a greater than alpha sign and I kept seeing a star. So it was like divine stars, chosen ones, like star seeds. We're going to be getting an upgrade. We're going to be getting a major upgrade at this time. A lot of us are already feeling it. A lot of us are purging and releasing old things, old cycles, old systems, old programming, old everything, old people. We just releasing it all, right? To tap into this new upgrade that we're about to step into. All right. Then I seen a dome, right? I seen a divine star and then I seen a dome. Okay. And then I seen a 2 and then it looked like a snake or a dragon. And then it looked like an Ethereum. Okay. I don't even know. That's just what I got. I just got an Ethereum. All right. And I think that's us. I think we the stars underneath the dome and we're Ethereans, right? Because if we cosmic beings and ether, right, is we have these 4 elements, earth, water, fire, and wind, right, or air. The 5th element will be us, right? It will be spirit. It will be time. It will be space. It will be ether, right? And we are ether, right? It will be carbon. It will be melanin, right? So I feel like we are those Ethereans, right? What's your religion? I'm Etherean. Oh, who are you? I'm Etherean. I'm ether. I'm pure ether here in the flesh, So, and that turned into a 3, right? And then, the 3 kind of looked like a bird moving and flying, right? And then that ether energy, like I said, that cosmic energy, the cosmic bird, the cosmic egg, that is that phoenix rising, right? So we're the phoenix rising, and we're tapping into our powers. We're tapping into our cosmic magic at this time, right? Like I said, no matter what it is that you do, it ain't always got to be so woo woo. We're in the cosmos. No, a lot of us work our magic differently, right? So a lot of us are helping others in the physical. A lot of people are teaching. A lot of people are masseuse. A lot of people are artists. A lot of people are just, I mean, we all have different jobs. Some people work 9 to 5, but they just giving out love and light, right? They just smiling all day. So you ain't got to be into the stars, into the cosmos to be a divine chosen one, right? You could be working your magic in different ways, right? We are all being used as a vessel at this time, and it looks different, right? As the divine wants to experience different lives through us, right? So it has us here doing different missions to experience that as a whole, to collect data to receive at this time. Okay. All right, so that's kind of what I got with this bird flying that I seen, and it was like this bird's eye view. So our higher selves are helping us, watching us ascend to our higher selves, right? We're becoming more one with our higher selves. We're becoming one with ourselves, right? We're being whole, right? As I seen a circle, right? Right after I seen that bird, I seen the circle, and it gave me a sense of a portal, a circle, a cycle, our aura, a bubble, right? There's a lot of different things with the circle, right? Being all and being nothing, right? As it's a zero, right? A cycle, right? A lot of things changing, but I got aura and world and something coming in, right? So our auras are expanding, and something is shifting and changing within this world right now. Okay. Then I seen a bird beak coming down on top. So it was a circle like this, and then I seen a bird beak coming down on top. And that gave me a sense, like I said, of that cosmic egg, the cosmic phoenix coming in, right? And it was coming in on top of the dome, and then it just covered it. It just covered it, and this gave me etheric energy, gamma ray energy, solar flare energy, and then it started to pulsate on top of this dome until it disintegrated the dome or cracked open the dome. Okay. And the best way how I can describe it was it looked like a Christmas ornament, right? So a circle with like this little thing on top, or a tomato, right? It was like palming, right? Like you put your hand on top of a ball and Matt don't got like something to hold or palm, or, but y'all get the idea, right? It's like a ball and something palming it. That's what I seen. And it was palming the top of it. So it gave me a sense of the firmament being ripped off, melting and peeling away. All right. For royal rulership. Okay. And then when I seen that, I seen a entity with a staff and a crown, and it was very masculine energy that came in. Like I said, that diamond face, highly etheric being, right? Star family, right? Ancient ancestors coming in. Yeah, they came in after this dome was cracked, and they had their staff and they had their crown, and it gave me a sense of royal rulership. And they walked up, and they was walking up, and they had their finger, and then I could see a foot. So they like walked up, and they had like their finger, and then they had like their foot, and as they was walking, I seen a foot kick up, and when they foot kicked up, it like kicked a butt, like it kicked something out, right? And then when it kicked something out, I seen this energy like leave, and then I could just see like the foot, and it was like a high heel. And then you already know I broke down this high heel energy. Like I said, there's going to be a high level of healing internally, right? There's going to be a high level of upgrades, right? As heels, right? A high heel, right? A high mountain, and then a high heel as we're taking the next step somewhere, right? a high heel. So it's always different levels. It just depends on what level you're on, but we're all leveling up at this time, right? And then I started to hear music play, and it was like angelic angel chimes and angel frequencies, and then the channel message closed, right? So this was one of them times where it's going to be a lot of things coming in, a lot of energetic shifts, a lot of just highly charged vibrational energy coming into the atmosphere at this time. And it's just up to us on how we integrate that and how we choose to use our power. Okay. And you never want to abuse your power, right? Because that karma, like I said, it will come back around. You may think you're getting away with it, but karma gonna come back and get you. All right. So you always want to make sure you're doing your best, right? You always want to make sure that you are operating from divine justice, right? Divine light, as we are spiritual warriors. And we want to be, very intentional about what it is that we're doing. Like I said, that don't mean be no sucker. That don't mean let people walk all over you. That means defend yourself accordingly, but don't react impulsively. Always be mindful. Always work on your emotional intelligence. Always work on balancing your masculine and feminine, right? And harmonizing those energies so you can be one with the divine and ascend at this time, as we are in a huge energetic shift and huge energetic portal. All right. So yeah, y'all just be mindful. Remember to, tap into that loving vibration, right? Whatever that looks like for you. If it looks like meditating, I suggest everybody get in them spiritual baths, do them cleansing baths, and do what makes you happy. Do what makes your soul happy and nourish your soul at this time, as it's calling you. Your soul is calling you. All right, you guys. So that's my energy reading. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notifications. If you guys would like to donate or anything, my Cash App, my PayPal, all of that is at the bottom, as well as my website. All right, you guys. I love y'all, and I catch you on the next one. Peace.